All right, I have that it's 6 o'clock on this computer. We'll call this meeting order and stand and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Looks like we have a quorum for both the Planning Commission and the BZA today. Woohoo! Yeah, good deal. Yeah, last month we didn't have a quorum, so we were not able to complete any business, but I know Diana did send out the meeting minutes, so we just need to approve those from not the April meeting, or not the May meeting, but the April meeting. The minutes from the April meeting, we still have to approve those.
I make a motion that we accept the April meeting minutes.
Okay, got a first motion?
Second.
Got a second? And all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, motion carries. The April minutes are approved. Very good. And then we will start with wayfinding. Dave sent out a nice email today with a chart. I like charts, so we've got kind of where we're putting different the flags,
Right.
with the little
Right.
directional information and a sponsor with it.
And so, what I should have printed this out for the meeting, but I didn't. So what we have to deal with on the banners when the wayfinding part each way is, so if you're heading north, you might see the wayfinding sign say one thing. When you're heading south or east or west, different directions, you might see something different. So I tried to make that clear on the chart. There we go. Thank you. And I need to send that in to make it clear to them. On your current one, I changed it after I read back through the minutes, and Doug wanted the sponsor banner at each end of when you enter town, so that would be 3 different areas, when you enter into town, to say, entering the historic downtown Clayton. So that third column where it says, let's say business district, I can't read it from here. Historic business district. Well, instead of that, it will say entering historic downtown Clayton. Okay.
All right.
We agreed in the minutes. That's what it would say.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then the other ones are left open for sponsors, and I'm going to read off the top of my head the list of sponsors that have deposited checks that I know of. So Pizza King, D&D Auto, Allegiant, Precision Tool, Copper Top, North Salem State Bank, Mrs. B's Teas,
Miss B's
Miss
Teas,
B's
right?
Teas.
Yeah, I know it doesn't make sense because she's married, but Miss B's Teas is,
Yes.
it's a mnemonic for her and our daughter. But anyway,
there's one more. Oh, Polly's. Right, Polly's.
and Moraine, did Moraine
And
Excavating
I thought
get back to you?
I contacted him. He said he was going to drop one off in Moraine. That's all I positively know of.
Okay,
Of cut checks.
all right.
So, and D&D Auto cut a check for $400 and said they would take whatever was left. So, they
Wow.
went for, and I told Jenny to tell Nick that they can have whatever's left. And Polly's wanted the same thing. They wanted whatever was left, they'd buy. So,
So they just want their name everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Also,
So then And so Stax wasn't interested?
Stax was, I talked to Stax, I left the flyer at Stax, I left a flyer at the food store, I left a flyer at the liquor store, and I didn't hear back from them at all.
Okay.
I
How about our new flooring business? I know they're newer.
I didn't have the information for that at the time.
All right, yeah, no worries. And that, I mean, this is dynamic. We're not going to be like cutting off everybody else.
Right.
We can
keep in mind that this is just for the downtown area. We're going to get later. The next step of the banners would be to get banners that go down, kind of out through the residential area here and there. You know, a banner here and there for town of Clayton, just like down Michigan, and then Amo Road and places like that. So there'll be sponsorship possibilities down those ways.
Yeah, and the flooring business hasn't been in town very long, so but we can certainly still reach out to them, and if they want to get involved at a later date, they can.
I think we're covered as far as the ones that are left over that have a sponsorship banner available.
Okay.
I think we're all covered there. So I'll get with Jenny and find out for sure that all those are accounted for. I'm pretty sure they are. And then I will send the order in. We have a new representative because the representative we had left the company. But I've spoken to her at a meeting, and she's just waiting for this information. I don't know if everybody got the note, but read it in time for the meeting, but I'm pointing out, here are the points of interest that I'm pointing out. Town Hall, Mill Creek East, public parking, Lambert Park, Cascade High School, and on the signs where you're heading like out of town and there's really nothing to point out, I took Doug's email tag that Doug's does to every email. We love our little town, and I thought we'd put that on there.
That's nice.
Yeah. So just so it wasn't blank. And that's all I got. The banner.
I always think back to, I remember watching MASH when I was younger growing up, and they had that signpost at the camp, and Tokyo 3,000 miles that way, San Francisco, and New York. Yeah. So they had that signpost to remind them where everything was in relationship to where they're at right now and stuff. So
did you want to do something like that? I did want to also, on a couple of the poles that I pointed out, there's a couple of poles in the same area on either side of the street. We can also not use the pole that I designated because there's other poles really close by. I guess the side of the street would be important because you can't change the wayfinding, but it would have to be on the same side of the street. But it doesn't matter. Like over here, I pointed out that there's a pole in front of the fire department, kind of in that area, and then there's also a pole back this way a little bit in front of Klein. So it doesn't have to go on that one pole, but it should be on a pole in that general area on the south side of Kentucky.
Okay. All right, good work. So we will continue that. I think we also probably want to make sure that we have, maybe quarterly a revisit on, how the signs are doing. Make sure that the signs are staying up even in bad weather. Because if somebody's going to pay us $100 to have that up there, we want to make sure it's well maintained. Now we got our good bucket truck to keep those intact and stuff, and Pete's got himself a good crew with maintenance now. Those guys are out there doing some good work.
We talked about Duke putting power in, right, on some poles.
Yes.
Yeah. And did they get back to you, or do you recall?
I think it was put on hold on account of the cost to start with.
That's right, because it was going to cost us to put a transformer or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was just checking.
Yeah. Do you want me?
Go ahead.
All right. So any other questions or thoughts on the wayfinding project and where we're going from here? Now, the big thing is, since we've made such good progress on the wayfinding, we need to pick another goal out of our comprehensive plan, out of these goals that we had for us to work on for our committees. I know we haven't finished the one on zoning yet because our UDO is a mess, but we're working on that. And we will eventually finish it. I'm confident that we will. It's just that now we should pick one of our other goals that we have. And in the comprehensive plan, these start on page 136. So wayfinding was 4. Wayfinding was strategy 4. And so we can just say that we've made significant enough progress to count it, that we've done that enough. Even though it's an ongoing project, it won't be ended. We just don't have to put that as our top priority, top strategy. So we have other strategies on here. Obviously, strategy 1, identify and prioritize infill development sites. Not sure how much of that will be the easiest thing to do. That might take a little bit longer, but it's certainly one that we can work on as a team. Strategy 2 is part of that zoning issue that we're going to need to fix our UDO to really finalize that. But strategy 3 is investigate if the feasibility and community interest in transitioning from individual water wells to a centralized water system. So we've already done a little bit of investigation in that. A lot of money that would be involved in that process, but I know Banning Engineering has already given us some feedback on some initial parts of that step. If we wanted to go ahead and tackle that as a formal strategy for this group, we could. Let's see, strategy 5, developing a marketing campaign that showcases Clayton's quality of life, which might be a really good follow-up or a segue from wayfinding. Once we get our wayfinding signs up, then, well, look, here's our next part of that. Marketing might be a really good one. Of course, 6 is part of that zoning issues, so we kind of put 2 and 6 together with our plan. So fixing our UDO and our marrying that up with our comprehensive plan is a big thing with that. But 7, develop and implement a comprehensive sidewalk and trail expansion plan that connects residential areas with key destinations, promoting walkability and cycling. So there's a couple of really good books I've read in this last year, Walkable City and Walkable City Rules. It's amazing how simple that sounds we want a city that people can walk around in and get from one place to another. But there's so many obstacles to that is we recently worked on a sidewalk right-of-way, alleyway obstruction ordinance for the town to kind of help with this a little bit anyway. But people park on sidewalks and they pile up stuff on sidewalks, and alleys are full of stuff that shouldn't be there. So those are definitely things that we could work on as a group, is how to kind of make this a walkable city. Strategy 8, develop a comprehensive parks master plan that identifies opportunities for new parks. And we have I think we definitely have some potential in Clayton for seeing where we can put some new parks. Obviously, it involves some strategy and planning. So if that's something the group wants to tackle, we can do that. So anything jumping out at anyone on which one they want to try to tackle next as a team?
I think just kind of calling some of them low-hanging fruit. Strategy 8 for the parks, identifying the parks master plan. That would be easily done. I do think we have a possible property in the cul-de-sac area. I know we use it for cleanup day and everything, but the rest of the year it's not really used, and the grassy area around it is the town's property, and so that little corner right there could be a small park if we wanted to make it. And then I know we have some properties in town that we have kind of tossed around from time to time about there right now in I don't know if we call it sheriff's sale or foreclosure or what, but there's possible to look at getting those properties, turning them into parks. And then I also think that the strategy 7 is kind of a low-hanging fruit we could possibly look at, and because we've already got the Vandalia trails coming in, we already have a park, we have a lot of sidewalks, and we're working on the sidewalk ordinance right now with the town council. So creating and working off of strategy 7 would be fairly easy to do as well. And then the marketing thing kind of all is a layer above all the other stuff that we're doing. But we probably shouldn't attack marketing strategy 5 until we've got a good footing of all the other nice things in Clayton going.
All right.
So, I mean, that's
Good. Any other feedback? Those are some good thoughts.
I know that the Department of Health, they have a grant for Parks Master Plans, so that might be something to investigate. I don't know when the
Big rectangles are, different and stuff, but you can click on them. A lot of them say Hendricks County Parks and Recreation already, but then there are a few that you hit and they're property owners, so that's what they're waiting on. Although